Solve the quadratic equation by factorisation. 6x squared minus 25x plus 14 is equal to 0. Hence solve 6 times 4x minus 3 all squared minus 25 times 4x minus 3 plus 14 is equal to 0. Now what you need to realise to begin with is that these two parts are actually related. They all have the same format: 6x squared, 6 times 4x minus 3 all squared, etc. So let's have a look. First of all, we'll do the first part. Okay, so to solve this quadratic equation by factorisation, product will be 6 times 14, which gives me 84. The sum will be the middle number, which is minus 25. Then we want two numbers. When we multiply them together, we get 84, and we add them, we get minus 25. So after a bit of trial and improvement, you can come up with minus 21 and minus 4. Right, then we split the middle term up into minus 21x minus 4x plus 14 is equal to 0. We group the first two terms together, and then we try to factorise out a common factor. So the common factor of these two terms are going to be 3x, and that will leave me 2x minus 7. Bring down that minus sign, and then factorise out a 2 from here, grouping those two together, and again we get 2x minus 7. The sign will have to change because you're putting me in brackets, and a minus times a minus will go back and give you a plus. Now, because these should always, if you do this process, these two things should be the same, they can now come out as a common factor. So we now get 2x minus 7 times 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now we can say either 2x minus 7 is equal to 0, 2x is equal to 7, x is 7 over 2, or 3x minus 2 is equal to 0, 3x is equal to 2, x is equal to 2 over 3. Okay, so now we've got to use that idea to solve this. So to solve 4x minus 3 all squared minus 25 times 4x minus 3 plus 14, if you let some other letter be equal to what's in the brackets 4x minus 3, we're going to have, this will now become 6p squared minus 25p plus 14 is equal to 0. Now we just solved this for x, so using from this part here, p will have the same answers as x. So p will be 7 over 2 or 2 over 3. But p was 4x minus 3. So we can now solve 4x minus 3 is equal to 7 over 2. So adding 3 to both sides, and you can use the fraction button on your calculator. So you've got 4x is equal to 13 over 2. Dividing by 4, we're going to have that x is going to be 13 over 8. But I would suggest in the exam that you use your fraction button on your calculator. Or 4x minus 3 is 2/3. 4x is going to be, if you add 3, 11 over 3. Dividing by 4, again using the fraction button on your calculator, you're going to have that x is 11 over 12. So the final two answers for the last part are x is equal to 13 over 8 or x is equal to 11 over 12. So this has been a video to show you how to factorise a quadratic and then use the solutions of that to solve what's known as a disguised quadratic. I hope you understood, and I thank you very much for watching.